All right. So, Jonathan Major's trial, day 9. And it seems like we're running out of, well, I shouldn't say running out, but there's certain media organizations that are just losing interest in this trial. Because once again, I had to find something else other than Deadline. Last time it was the AP, today it's Variety. So let's see what happened today at the trial. On Tuesday, 2 NYPD police officers who were present for Jonathan Major's arrest for alleged assault testified in court in his ongoing trial. Officers Eric Lucero and Sergeant Brian Hansen responded to Major's 911 call on March 26 after the actor found his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabbari unconscious on the floor of a walk-in closet in the apartment they had shared. His 911 call was played in court, and it was revealed that Majors made the call fearing that Jabbari had overdosed or committed suicide, according to Hansen. Majors could be heard saying, "She's unconscious, she's my ex-partner," and that he didn't know what she had taken when asked if Jabbari suffered from anything prior. He said he couldn't get into the area that Jabbari was located in their apartment and needed the help of a handyman. The 911 operator told Majors to keep an eye on her breathing. In the officers' testimonies, the NYPD officers did not find any evidence, such as drugs or pill bottles, to support that Jabbari had attempted suicide or overdosed on anything. She was taken to Bellevue Hospital to treat a fractured middle finger and a cut behind her ear, as well as undergo a short psychiatric evaluation. She was released shortly after. Majors was arrested that same day. Jabbari has alleged that Majors assaulted her in the back seat of a car on March 25th. Jabbari testified last week that she saw a text message on Majors' phone from another woman that read, "Wish I was kissing you right now." She said she took the phone out of his hands to see who sent the message, and he forcibly retrieved it. She said that caused bruising, swelling, and excruciating pain, and she had a swollen finger and a cut behind her ear. Jabbari testified that she was unable to sleep due to the pain, so she took 2 sleeping pills and woke up on the floor of the walk-in closet in the morning. She was confused as to her location, Lucero said on Tuesday. We had got her to sit up straight. She was saying, "How did I get here? Is he here? Is he out there?" She did state that she got into an argument with Majors the night before over a text he received. He was preventing her from grabbing the phone. Sergeant Hansen was the officer who determined Major should be arrested in regards to the investigation. He testified that he found a small amount of blood on the comforter on the bed. It was on the top portion of the comforter, closer to where someone's head or upper body would be. When he had asked Jabbari what happened the night before and what caused her injuries, Hansen testified that she had said she was struck in the head several times and Majors had grabbed her throat. Majors' attorney Priya Chaudhry has alleged it was Jabbari who assaulted Majors in the vehicle that night and not the other way around. Hansen, who separated Majors from Jabbari so she could privately discuss her injuries, testified that he did not observe any injuries on Majors. Ben Toddy, Jabbari's friend and talent agent, also testified on Tuesday. He had visited Jabbari at the hospital and accompanied her during the psychiatric evaluation that lasted 2 to 3 hours. Okay, it's frozen. That's wonderful. She was visibly emotional, a much smaller personality, more visibly upset than I'd ever seen her before, he said. Grace was half the person I'd seen beforehand. She was upset, devastated. Tuesday ended with partial testimony from Josie Torrielli, a social worker who does consulting work for victims of domestic violence, intimate relationships, violence, and trauma. The defense objected to the prosecution calling Torrielli as an expert, but the judge overruled. She will continue her testimony on Wednesday as the prosecution nears the end of its witness list. The defense has also argued that Jabari fabricated the allegations to get back at Majors after their breakup. They met in August 2021 on the London set of Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and dated for 2 years before Majors ended the relationship on the night of the alleged assault. Majors is on trial for 3 misdemeanor counts of assault and harassment, to which he's pleaded not guilty. If convicted, he could face up to a year in prison. Okay, so what do I think about today's testimonies? Let's start from the beginning. Alright, so I just love how now you can commit suicide without taking pills. I know it's a stereotype that women take pills to kill themselves and that men do it more violently, but not always. So she could have done something else to commit suicide. That's number one. So the fact that they didn't find pill bottles doesn't necessarily mean she didn't try to kill herself. We just don't know if there was any other implements that would have given them that idea. I'm going to guess no, because they didn't say anything about a noose hanging around. And that is the only other non-violent method I can think of that someone could use. So anyway, so she didn't know how she got there. So who knows? Maybe she was drinking. That's a possibility. She was drinking and she ended up on the floor. Now, that would be plausible and would, back up what Majors was saying. Unfortunately, the problems begin when, the fact that she had a fractured middle finger and a cut behind her ear. Again, if she was clubbing and drinking, anything could have happened. But, let's see, where does it say that? Well, first she said that she was trying to get the phone from Majors and Majors was trying to stop her. So I wouldn't call that abuse. I wouldn't call that assault. Because just because he was trying to prevent her from getting the phone, how is it his fault that she got hurt? She attacked him. That is what his defense is saying. Heck, that's what one of the prosecution's witness, the limo driver, is saying. That she started it. Now, the fact that he finished it and he hurt her, that doesn't make it any less that she's the instigator. So if she instigated it, I'm not saying she deserved to get hurt by Majors, but can he really be blamed? Can he be found criminally at fault for it? I don't think so. And she did say that she was unable to sleep due to the pain, so she took 2 sleeping pills. So who knows what she did while under the influence of the sleeping pills. And so it's plausible that Majors had nothing to do with this. But let's see, where was it? Oh, yes, a small amount of blood on the comforter on the bed. It was on the top portion of the comforter, closer to where someone's head or upper body would be. So somebody was bleeding. Did they check if it was her blood? Then let's see. What else? Now his Jabari's friend said that she seemed like she was completely different. That she was visibly emotional, much smaller personality, more visibly upset than ever before. Now, if we've already established, even though I've had a couple of people in the comments railing at me that, first, that emotional abuse is somehow not abuse, that it's not as bad as physical abuse, I don't know where they got that idea, or that that this is a vast conspiracy against Majors and that everybody's lying. Because they don't want to believe that Majors could be a scumbag. And my favorite is that the text didn't say what it plainly said. And for some reason, one of them put unsealed in quotation marks like scare quotes. What? Are you debating that whether it was sealed or not? It was very weird. But anyway, it's been proven that he abused her in the past. Now, whether he abused her now, that's up for debate, and things are looking highly likely that he didn't. Now, did he hurt her as a way to prevent her from getting the phone? I believe he did. I could totally see that he did if she was the one who instigated it. So, let's see. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? There was one other bit of evidence. Oh yes, that one of the police officers, it was Hansen, mentioned that he did not observe any injuries on Majors. So the blood is most likely from Grace. Now, again, that does not mean he instigated it. It just means that he finished it. Now, does that justify him hurting her to the degree he did? Absolutely not. He obviously lost his shit and went a bit too forceful with her. That does not change the fact. Both things can be true at the same time. She started it, and he finished it, and he went way too hardcore on her than he needed to. But given past evidence from the unsealed text that we saw, he's hurt her before. He's hurt her physically. He's manipulated her. So yeah. I mean, first off, what are you doing trying to grab a man's phone who has hurt you in the past? Do you really think he has any qualms about hurting you now? I mean, I get it. You're upset. You went through all this bullshit with him, and this is how he repays you. So I get that you're upset, but I just, like I mentioned in the last video, I do not understand this mentality that they still want to remain with the person who does nothing but hurt them. I just do not understand that mentality whatsoever. But anyway, let's see if I believe that's all I had definitely that's all for this article. So, but yes, for those who, I don't know if I just talk too fast, you can slow down the videos. Otherwise, let me repeat. The reason this sealed evidence was unsealed was the judge was not having it that the lawyers were badgering Jabari. Otherwise, he had no reason, had no had no reason to unseal that evidence. He did not want the jury prejudiced versus against Majors. He did not want them to think that just because there was bad behavior on his part before, that he of course did it again. That is not what the judge wanted, and I do not understand why people are even misquoting what the judge unsealed or why he sealed the evidence to begin with. It's just really bizarre how people are so adamant that they do not want to believe that Majors could hurt someone, that he must be, well, someone said innocent. They didn't even say not guilty. But yeah, things are not looking good for Majors. Again, did he start it? No. Did it sound like he went completely off the rails when he was trying to get his phone back? It's looking likely. Now, we haven't gotten to the defense's case yet, so we don't know how else Jabari could have hurt herself. Could have gotten the back of her head smashed. We don't know. I mean, it could have happened while she was clubbing, as they allege that she was with someone else. And because she took sleeping pills, she got everything jumbled up. We don't know at this point because that part of the evidence has not been presented. The defense hasn't presented their case yet. So, yes, the case is still going on for those of you who cannot understand why this trial is still going on. You have to go through all the witnesses. The prosecution goes through all their witnesses. The defense goes through all their witnesses. And there's cross-examination. That is how the justice system works. So, anyway, I think I've covered everything in today's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.